Hello once again. I don't have a song today, but the list of anti-war songs is long. And you sure know when folk singers become fashionable again, the world is in a shit state. Now, there are moments when the temperature of world politics begins to rise. Not suddenly, not with an explosion, but gradually. Through speeches, through warnings, through alliances hardening their tone. Today, tensions between Western governments and Russia are once again part of that rising temperature. And the United Kingdom under Minister Keir Starmer, I won't call him sir because I don't have anything to do with that sort of nonsense, and France under President Emmanuel Macron. And they stand at the centre of a serious strategic decision. Military commitments are discussed. Deterrence is emphasised. Resolve is projected. But history asks a question once again, quietly and persistently. Have we seen this all before? In the 1850s, Britain and France confronted Russia in the Crimean War. And what began as a dispute of influence became a brutal and grinding conflict. And within it came one of the most hauntingly military episodes ever recorded, the charge of the Light Brigade. 600 cavalrymen rode forward into a storm of artillery fire, not because they lacked courage, but because of confusion, miscommunication, and a failure of clarity at the top. It became a symbol of bravery, but also a symbol of tragic error. Fast forward to 1812. Napoleon Bonaparte marched into Russia with an immense confidence. His grand army was vast, experienced, victorious across Europe, and the campaign was meant to be decisive. Instead, Russia retaliated. It stretched supply lines, it let winter do what armies could not. By the time Napoleon forces withdrew, they were shattered, cold, starving, exhausted. And what began as a dominance ended in devastation. And then came 1941. Mr. Man with a little funny moustache launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest land invasion in history. Millions of troops crossed into Soviet territory. The objective was clear: destroy the Soviet Union in a rapid, overwhelming campaign. And early victories seemed to confirm that belief, but once again Russia absorbed the blow. Its depth, its scale, its winter, its resilience transformed momentum into attrition. What was expected to be swift became catastrophic, and the human cost was staggering. Millions, 27, 37 million, who knows? And across centuries, a pattern emerges. Armies go in with confidence. They encounter distance, climate, logistics, and resolve. And history turns in its grave. And none of this means the present is identical to the past. Today's world is nuclear, interconnected, digitally entangled. War now carries consequences far beyond borders, which makes caution not weakness, but necessity. There is also something deeper to understand. Russia is not merely territory, it is a civilization on its own, shaped by endurance. In the pages of Leo Tolstoy or Fyodor Dostoevsky, war is not romantic, it's chaotic. Moral, psychological. In War and Peace, Tolstoy dismantles the idea that history bends easily to the will of powerful men. Events unfold through complexity, through forces larger than one leader. And that is the enduring lesson. History punishes certainty. It humbles ambition, it exposes hubris, which eventually will turn to nemesis. And the question facing Europe today is not whether nations should defend themselves. Sovereignty matters, security matters, but so does memory. From the Crimea to Moscow to Stalingrad, the message echoes. Escalation is easy, resolution is hard. And once set in motion, events cannot simply be recalled. In a nuclear age, miscalculation is not merely tragic, it's existential, and our very existence is in the hand of a few globalists. The past does not repeat word for word, but it does whisper into the ears of those who listen. The real test of leadership is whether those whispers are heard before they become cataclysmic. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.